Happy Thursday. It is time for a bounce back day. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back into another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back with some more research help and best bets for the MLB for Thursday, August 10th. Man, we need a bounce back day. After that 3-0 sweep, baseball said, just pretty much laughed at us, actually. It just said, you suck. You're not going to get two sweeps in a row. But we'll talk about those games and all that. But before we do, Michael Lorenzen, congrats on the no hitter with his new team. One of, I think, his second start with the Phillies, maybe third start, and he throws a no against the Nats, which is actually impressive because they don't strike out a lot, put the ball in play, have a decent average. So, pretty impressive by Michael Lorenzen. But I have an update before we get into what we're talking about this video and all that. It's an update you're not going to like. I apologize in advance. But me and the family are finally leaving the house and getting out of town, going on a little trip. And so there will be no Friday video. We're going to be out starting tomorrow and through the weekend. So we will have a video for Monday. Everything's going to be great for next week. And I'll be hit and miss with Wi-Fi this weekend. So if I don't get back to any comments on any of the social medias or here on YouTube or anything, we're leaving in the afternoon. So just want to let you guys know I will see comments in the morning. But other than that, that's all I got for you. It's time to get into it. I know Friday's a big video. We're going to miss out on it, but let's end on a nice day today. And in this video, good hitter matchups, good pitcher strikeout matchups, the pitcher report. We got 8 games for the pitcher report and our best bets of the day. It's time for a bounce back. We're just going to flush Wednesday. It's over. We're done. It's over. We're going to ride the momentum of what we did Tuesday. So, here we go. Here is that bets recap page. Look at that. That sucks. Reds first 5 money line. Couple homers in the 4th inning and we get a winner. Dodgers team total over 4.5. Merrill Kelly only had a couple strikeouts. It's not like he was just absolutely mowing down the Dodgers. Dodgers had like 6 or 7 hits off of him and a walk or two, but they just couldn't get it done. They had the bases loaded, one out, and David Peralta hit into a double play. Thanks a freaking lot. They just didn't get it done. They won 2-0. Just a dead baseball game that was. And then Yelich and Bellinger 1+ hit each. Yelich gets it early in the game. I think his second at bat, and then Bellinger. He let us down, guys. It happened. Our Jabba Hall of Famer, he let us down. I guess he's allowed to do that every once in a while. And then the last one I added today, holy cow, the Rangers were horrendous. They got shut out by the A's bullpen day. Welcome to baseball, guys. There's no way anybody saw that coming. Marcus Semien didn't get a hit. Only a couple guys did get a hit in that team. And then Matt Olson also went over. Their team scored like 6 or 7 runs, and he went over. So if they're both going to get not a hit or not get a hit, it is what it is. It didn't matter because Semien didn't. So it was just one of those days, man. It was a 1-3 day, down 2.24 units on the season, up 2.58. But it's time for a bounce back. That's just a hiccup. That's all it is. So, but before we dive into the good hitter matchups, a word from our sponsor. All right, we got to talk about Oddsjam. I love this partnership that we have with them because just like them, I love to give you guys research help, and Oddsjam has so many incredible tools. We got football right around the corner. Basketball's not that far away, and baseball is winding down to the end of the season and the playoffs. So there's a lot to be looking at and a lot of bets to happen. So this can really help you out with your research. You can sign up for free. You just use your email, and with that free login, you get this screenshot right here, and you can look at all the odds across all different sports books, guys. I know I've talked about it a million times, but if you are someone who is in a state that gets a ton of odds, gets a ton of sports books that you can use, this is awesome. I mean, this is incredible. Why would you make a bet at minus 110 on one book if you see it at plus 120 or something on another? So this can save you money long term. And then with that, if you guys want to pay for one of Oddsjam's plans, you can. They have the EV screens as the expected value. If you guys don't know what that is, gives you what their odds should be, and gives you good value, good for long term profit, honestly. And then they have Fantasy Optimizer. If you're into all that player props and all that kind of stuff, that shows you across underdog fantasy, all those different places. It's just all helpful. It's unbelievable. But if you guys sign up for one of those plans for the EV screens, for the Fantasy Optimizer, use the promo code Jabo because those do cost money, and promo code Jabo will get you 25% off. If you're looking to be a complete sports bettor and you want to use all the tools possible, Oddsjam is awesome. All right, now let's talk some baseball and get into those good hitter matchups. All right, let's talk some bats. We have 11 good hitter matchups for you today, and it starts out with 4 Phillies players, actually. It feels like the whole Phillies roster is on this every single day. JT Realmuto of the Phillies, 11 for 32, 2 doubles, 2 bombs versus the lefty Patrick Corbin. Then we got Alec Baum of the Phillies, 7 for 20, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs versus Corbin. And then we go to Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies, 5 for 14 and 2 home runs versus Corbin. And we end it with the Phillies with Bryson Stott, 4 for 7, 1 double, and 1 triple versus Patrick Corbin. So you think they like Patrick Corbin a little bit? Next one, Chris Taylor of the Dodgers, 8 for 26, 3 doubles, and 1 home run versus Ty Block. I'm not exactly sure how he pronounces it, but next one, David Peralta of the Dodgers, 4 for 11, 1 double, and 1 home run versus Black. And then we got Salvador Perez of the Royals, 4 for 13 and 1 double versus the lefty James Paxton. And then Paul DeYoung of the Blue Jays, that's right, he's on the Blue Jays now, 6 for 12, 1 double versus Noah Syndergaard, who is not the same pitcher, obviously, anymore. The next one of my favorite names in the majors, Akil Badu of the Tigers, 4 for 10, 1 double, 2 triples, and 1 home run versus Kenta Maeda. Then we got Jose Altuve, 4 for 7, 2 doubles versus Dean Kramer. And we end it with Paul Goldie Goldschmidt, 5 for 6, 1 double, 1 home run versus Zach Littell. That's what we got for you. Those are the good hitter matchups. And now let's talk some good pitcher strikeout matchups. All right, there's only 8 games, and we only got 2 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you, and it's in the same game. So here we go. Reese Olson versus the Twins. Twins, as we know, they have the highest strikeout percentage versus righties in the last 30 days at 30.5%. Olson, 50 Ks in 54.2 innings. He faced the Twins on June 24th, and he had 9 strikeouts. So not too bad by Reese's Pieces there. Next one, Kenta Maeda versus the Tigers, the other side of it. Tigers have the 11th highest K percentage versus righties the last 30 days. I know 11th doesn't seem that high, but it's still 24.5%. So anything around 25 is definitely quite a bit of strikeouts. Kenta Maeda, 72 Ks in 59.2 innings. He had 8 strikeouts versus the Tigers on June 23rd. So those are the best strikeout matchups. And now it's time for that pitcher report. All right, here it is. We only have 8 games, so 1 page for the pitcher report, and we got some interesting matchups. First, the biggest mismatch is definitely at the bottom. Clayton Kershaw is back on the mound for the Dodgers against Block of the Rockies, and they are huge favorites in that game, guys. I expect the Dodgers to put a beat down on them. I'm going to be honest. And if you can't tell, I did do a little bit of changing around on these columns. The innings is now next to the record. I don't know why it was over there on the right. Anyways, it was bugging me, so I just had to change it. But and reminder that we do have that walk percentage now there on the right side. And yeah, so that should help you guys out. But anyways, Manoah versus Syndergaard, 2 guys that used to be good. Manoah's been a little bit better since he got brought back up from his, I don't know, high school league that he was put in or something like that, somewhere around there. And then Elder and Falter takes the mound for the Pirates. Falter's just not very good. We haven't seen a lot of him this year, but yeah, we got a good matchup in Baltimore. That's a good series there with the Astros and the Orioles. I don't know if you guys saw that Kyle Tucker matchup with Cano or Batista. I forgot who it was. And then he hit that grand slam. That was pretty freaking impressive. Pretty fun to watch. But other than that, we got Liberatore for the Cardinals. He has been awful. I mean, look at that expected ERA of 6.6, 1.78 whip, and he can't strike out anybody. Zach Littell might be one of those bullpen guys that the Rays all of a sudden turn into a good starter, kind of like Jeffrey Springs and a couple guys they have. But yeah, other than that, those are the matchups. Marsh is struggling for the Royals too, and James Paxton's been pretty good. So that's a pretty big mismatch as well. So take a screenshot of this. Hopefully, this helps you guys with your betting. Again, only 8 games, so just this 1 page. And now it's time for the best bets. Okay, game number 1 takes us out to Detroit, Michigan. We got the Twins at the Tigers. Twins money line minus 148. Tigers money line plus 124 with an over under of 8.5 runs. Before I get into all the best bets and everything like that, can't you tell I shaved? I don't look like a homeless person anymore. So hopefully that washes away that 1 and 3 day we just had. So here we go. Anyways, sorry for the side note. Twins minus a half a run in the first 5 innings at minus 105 on DraftKings is my best bet. I have heard little rumblings that the weather's not great, but from what I hear, they should get the game in. We're doing this the night before, so obviously it's hard to know exactly. If you want to wait closer to game time to kind of see what's going on, you can do that too. But anyways, let's dive into the matchup. Kenta Maeda is on the mound for the Twins. 3.54 expected ERA, and he's been pitching the ball really well. 2.93 ERA in July. In July, also, he had 39 strikeouts in 27.2 innings. He is striking out a lot of guys. He had 5 shutout innings with 8 strikeouts versus the Tigers back on June 23rd. And I just love his K rate. I mean, we're talking almost 30% K rate, guys. This guy's kind of going under the radar in Minnesota. Tigers offense, holy crap, do they suck. 25th WRC plus and ISO power, and bottom five walk team, and a top five strikeout or top 10 strikeout percentage team. So they are struggling all around on offense. Kenta Maeda is throwing well. And then on the other side, you got Reese's Pieces. Reese Olson, he's going the other way right now. He's a young pitcher. He may end up turning it around at some point, but right now is not that time. 13 earned runs given up and 20 hits in his last 16 innings. I think that spans over about 3 starts, so it's not been pretty. He did pitch against the against the Twins back on June 24th. He did pretty well, 5.1 innings and 1 earned run, but that was back in his first few starts as a major leaguer. Teams didn't have a lot of film and stats on him. Teams are catching up now, as you can tell by his last few starts. So the Twins offense, this may surprise you. The fifth best WRC plus and OPS, and the number two team in major leagues in ISO power, which means doubles, home runs. They are hitting with some power right now, and that's all versus right-handed pitching in the last 30 days. So the Twins have a big starting pitcher advantage, a pretty big offensive advantage, in my opinion. I'm not touching the full game. My goodness, I can't trust the Twins bullpen at all. I don't know what you're going to get out of the Twins bullpen or the Tigers bullpen. So give me the Twins to be ahead after 5 innings at minus 105. And also, this Twins offense, they've scored 5+ runs in 5 of their last 7 games. So that's my first bet. Let's move on to game number two. All right, game number two takes us to the Trop. We got the Cardinals at the Rays. Rays money line minus 180, Cardinals money line plus 152 with an over under of 9 runs in this game. I have a same game parlay. Here we go. It is Yandy Diaz 1+ hit and the Rays money line. Put those two together. I got minus 114 on FanDuel. So the Rays money line about minus 180 right now. I needed something to take that down. I almost went minus 1.5 at plus money. But I just wanted to play a little more safe, and I like this one. So Yandy Diaz 1+ hit. He is hitting 409 in the last 7 days and 322 on the season. If you don't know much about him, he's also, here's some crazy stats, hitting 355 at home, 329 versus lefties, and 378 versus lefties at home. You see what I did there? I just joined them together. Anything to make my bet look good, right? So that's what we got. 355 at home, 378 versus lefties at home, and 329 versus lefties. He likes lefties, and he is facing maybe one of the worst lefties on planet Earth. I'm just joking, guys. When I make fun of these guys, they're all major leaguers. Okay, they're all absolute studs, but we're just doing it compared to other major leaguers. So Matthew Liberatore, the lefty, he's bad, guys. He's allowing 11.7 hits per 9 innings, which is in the fifth percentile. There's a lot of hits to have. I love Yandy Diaz to get 1+ hit. Now, the Rays money line part of it. Let's continue with Matthew Liberatore. 12.6% K rate. Not good, guys. 9.8% walk rate. When your K rate and walk rate are that close, you know you're struggling. He's going up against Zach Littell for the Rays. So he's a bullpen guy turned starter. If you know anything about the Rays, these guys, this organization is just full of geniuses. Like they turn just average bullpen guys into a stud starters. You saw that with Jeffrey Springs, who's been on the IL all year. And you saw, I think Drew Rasmussen had some good stretches too. And now they're trying to turn Zach Littell from a bullpen guy to a starter. I think they're doing well so far. He's looked good in 2 starts as a starter. 2 earned runs given up in 11 innings. He allows hard contact. If you look at his numbers, he allows a lot of hard contact. But that hard contact doesn't matter as much to me when you are doing 54.5% ground ball rate. So that means the hard contact is on the ground. That's okay. The 54.5% ground ball rate is in the top 10 percentile of starting pitchers. So anyways, I like how he's pitching. The Cardinals obviously are just reeling in general. The Rays are also 38-20 at home. I mean, they are rolling at home. So give me Yandy Diaz 1+ hit and the Rays money line. Join it together for minus 114 on FanDuel. Let's move on to that third and final bet. The third and final bet takes us out to Cleveland, Ohio. We got the Blue Jays at the Guardians. Blue Jays money line minus 135. Guardians money line plus 114 with an over under of 9.5 runs. It hurts me to say this, bet, because I am a Mariner fan, as you guys know, and I don't want the Blue Jays to do anything well because we are chasing them down in the wild card. We had another win, just absolutely tearing it up. But anyways, my best bet in this game: Blue Jays team total over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. That's minus 125 on DraftKings, since DraftKings is the one that has the lines or team totals in the first 5 innings. So If you don't have that, I would recommend probably over 4.5 runs for the full game. I saw that kind of juiced at like minus 135, minus 140 somewhere. So, anyways, let's dive into the matchup, guys. Noah Syndergaard. You've heard me talk about him. I mean, I don't even think calling him a Christmas tree is enough. Honestly, I think that's understating it a little bit. I kind of feel bad for him because I do feel bad for him. He was a stud pitcher throwing gas. He's had so many injuries. It just sucks what he's gotten to. I think I saw an interview with him, and you could tell he's just depressed that he's not a good pitcher anymore. But he may want to think about a second career pretty soon because it's just not going well for him. 5 straight starts with 3 or less strikeouts. There is a chance tomorrow that he has the same amount of strikeouts, or sorry, later today, that he has the same amount of strikeouts as I do today. That's right. There's a chance. Just 2 starts ago, 0 strikeouts versus the Astros. It is very possible. So the odds on that are plus 250. I just made it up. But, anyways, 5 plus earned runs in 4 of his last 5 starts. That is not good at all. He has given up 5 earned runs to an awful White Sox team, by the way, which was his last start. White Sox are a bottom 5 team hitting righties right now, and he gave up 5 runs to them. Now, the Blue Jays offense, they've been average lately. They haven't been anything special. Having no Bo Bichette does not help, obviously. But I think this is a great spot for a bounce back game. I really do against Syndergaard. Here's my final question. If the White Sox and Nationals can each score 5 runs off of him recently, why in the hell can't the Blue Jays score 3? That's all I am asking, 3 runs. Don't let me down, Blue Jays. Hopefully, the Guardians win, but the Blue Jays still hit this bet. That would be my dream scenario. So, anyways, like I said, if you don't have this, go for the over 4.5 in the full game. But I like the Blue Jays over 2.5 first 5 innings as my final bet. All right, we made it. Let's go to that bets recap. There it is. The Twins minus a half a run in the first 5 innings at minus 105. Then we got Yandy Diaz 1+ hit and Rays money line and a little same game parlay minus 114. Blue Jays team total over 2.5 first 5 innings at minus 125. I know there is not an exact hitter parlay. We do have one guy getting a hit, but I may add one tomorrow. Not all the props were out, and these books are starting to juice some guys. I mean, we're looking at like minus 360 for some guys. It's just out of control. So, anyways, that's what we got. Those are 3 final bets. And just a reminder, I know it sucks. I'm going to miss you guys, but we are not doing a video for Friday. We got a family vacation going out kind of in the boondocks by the lake and not much service or anything like that. So, no video for Friday. We never do it on the weekend because family time, obviously, got to have that balance. If I have any chance to get a short out for Friday bets, I will do that. I am not guaranteeing it, but if I can on Thursday night or something before we lose some Wi Fi and cell service, I will try to do that. But, anyways, thank you guys for all the support this week again. By the way, you guys absolutely crushed it on the likes. We had almost 400 likes last video, over 4,000 views. I am just blown away. You guys are awesome. Best community out there. So, thanks a lot. Hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later.